Welcome back to MultiGen Mindset. My name is Joshua Crampton, your host, and today we're going to be learning about power and creating and bringing things into existence from nothing but imagination. Whenever you go to create something in this 3D universe that we live in, it takes power to bring that thing into existence, whether it's a new relationship, a new business, a new job, a new house, a new opportunity, whatever it is that you're working to create, that thing has to flow through you and into this world. You are the portal from which creation happens. You are the creating mechanism. And your body that you live in is, it's a vibrational based tool that you abide in that is basically like a portal for you from the spirit world to the physical world, and your body is like the portal through which things flow. And you are the creator in everything in your life, in every circumstance, in every experience, in every relationship, and everything that you've experienced has been something that you have created. And that's really hard to take sometimes when bad things happen to us, because we want to ask the question, why did that thing happen to us, right? It's so hard to say that we are the creator of the experiences that we're having, especially when they're bad experiences, because we want to look for an outside source of why this thing is happening, or why we're losing this or lost this or going through this and going through that. And in those low phases of life, life does this. Life is always doing that. It's always just up and down and fluctuating and shrinking and getting bigger. And in all of this movement, you are the portal through which the things that you're experiencing are flowing through. And to be able to take responsibility for that is the first step of power. Power is the ability to, right? There's even a scripture verse that says that God gives us the power to create wealth. That's the ability. The power is like the ability to bring something into existence, the ability to create something, from nothing. And so we want to learn how to utilize power. We want to learn how to create power. We want to learn how to be the most powerful beings that we can possibly be. And it seems like that sometimes in this life, it seems like we lack the power that we need in certain occasions to accomplish the things in which are in our hearts to do. It seems like sometimes we don't have the power that we should have to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. And it seems like there's a gap between the things that we want happening, right? And then the desire of those things happening. And in that gap, there's seemingly suffering and pain and the noticing of what's not here versus the noticing of all the things that are here, right? And so there's this gap between the thing that you want and the desiring of that thing. And there's this gap between the time that thing comes into reality, into existence, and becomes part of your experience, and the desiring of that thing. This gap is what we're all here to learn how to shrink. What if we had instant response from the universe? What if every time we asked for something, it instantly dropped in? What if there was no time delay? What if there was no communication delay between you and the universe? What if every time you asked for something, it immediately dropped into your experience as if there was no gap and no time delay? And that is the essence of what we're here to discover and what we're here to learn. And when you understand that there's a communication lag, have you ever been in a Zoom meeting, right? You ever been in a Zoom meeting and the other person or you is lagging, and so they'll say something and it'll be like 30 seconds later when you hear it, right? There's like this communication delay between you and the universe, between you and the things that you want. There's like this gap between what is and what can be as potentiality, and in that gap is where we always find ourselves and suffering. And so what is the art and the power of creating? What is the art in creating power to create? What is the art in and creating the power that it takes to shrink that gap between where we are now and where we want to be and who we want to be and the things that we want to be? You know, some of you want relationships. Some of you want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, husband, wife. Some of you want relationships. Some of you want your business to expand. Some of you want more money. Some of you want to lose weight. Some of you want to gain weight. Some of you want, to quit a job and to work for yourself. And some of you want to get a job. Some of you want to move out of a house and into something else. Some of you want to get a house. And so all of us want things. And that's the nature of human life, is that all of us want things. We want things to be different than the way that they are. And in that gap between the way that things are and the way that they can be, we notice that gap, and it bothers us, and it creates pain. And I think that's why people like Eckhart Tolle and these other teachers tell us that we have to accept what is. We have to merge with what is. We can't resist and be angry at what is. Whatever condition you're in, maybe it's that, you are trying to start your own company and stop working for this person or whatever. And there's this huge shift, this dynamic shift that you want to happen in your life. And in between it happening and where you're at now, that gap, you feel pain. And sometimes we have to merge with what is and perfect what is, become the best at exactly where we're at. We have to, the way to get to where you want to be is through where you are now. You can't leave where you are now and just jump into another existence in another timeline. You have to go through where you're at to arrive at the thing in which you want and the condition in which you desire, which is most often your intuition, your conscience, your higher self telling you that things can be better. And because you know that things should be better, when you're aware of how the difference between how they can be and how they are, when you're totally aware of that difference, you have suffering. So somehow we have to be able to merge peacefully and harmoniously with what is, and then begin perfecting exactly where we're at in order to get to where we want to go. And there's no other way but through where you are right now. If there was an easier, quicker way, everybody would be on that road. But we're all here working to become better and to have more things and to have more success and to have more freedom and to have more love and to have more sex and to have more fun and to have more cars and clothes and all these things and opportunities and clients and work and business and money and resources and power. And it seems to me that power is the underlying force that gives you the ability to cause change, to be in effect, to make things different, right? You are the force and the door through which the things that you want come through. You are the door through which the things that you want come through. And you have to be able to flow through you the things that you want with the power to cause an effect and to cause a change. Things are always changing, and they're either changing for the better or they're changing for the worse. And you are the author of how things are unfolding. And when you realize that you are the author for the way that things are unfolding, and you're writing the book, and you're the one that's responsible, then you have the maturity to take control and cause things to be different. But as long as you're in blame and hate and blaming the world and blaming big business and blaming big tech and blaming your parents and blaming the government for the way things are in your life, things are never going to change. Things change when you change. God shows up when you show up. When you change, things change. When you change what's flowing through you, what's flowing into the world then changes, because you are the portal through which things flow into the world. You're the portal through which change happens. You are the portal through which things alter and become different. But if you don't change, things won't change. And so change takes knowledge, and you gain knowledge, and then with that knowledge, you can use that knowledge to make a change and make an effect in your environment. But without power, without the ability and the knowledge to create power, it's almost like there's no way forward. You have to figure out how to create more power. And that's what we're here to do. So as you engage in this lesson of how to create power, I pray that when you're done with this course, when you're done with this, you'll have all the tools and all the resources and all the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to become a force of change in your life. This is Joshua Crampton. Thank you.